and this is the Shay Era. In this series, we're going through my creative journey through the artist's way by Julia Cameron. Last week, we talked about recovering a sense of possibilities. But in this week, we're talking about recovering a sense of abundance. We can really pay attention to how abundant we really are when we really put in the intention into what it is that we're trying to do. Because there's so many possibilities, yes, but once you set the intention, you're only attracting all the things that align with who you are, which is an abundance of things. But once you get all the extra stuff out the way, you have so much space, so many things to work with. Because now that you have this focus, that you have this idea of who you are and what you like and what you're trying to create, it's like tunnel vision. And you can just go and just understand that everything you need is right here. Everything you need is right here with you. There's a universal supply of everything. It's just we have to put ourselves in that frequency to be able to receive it and figure out where we need to go, what we need to do, who we need to talk to, how we want this to go. Once you have a clear understanding of what that is, it's right there. It's right there in front of you. It starts to come towards you. The highest vibration you can be in is authenticity. So if you're aligned with who you really are and what you want to go do and what you want to go get, all of it's just going to start coming to you. All you're trying to do is align yourself with everything that you're looking for so that it can find you and then put you in that stream of everything that comes with that. Because a lot of us are cluttered with all these different things that we think we are or that we feel like we should do or we feel like we should be, it's watering down who you actually are. But once you become a more potent version of yourself, everything is more concentrated. Everything is funneled through all these different things and you have a natural filter and you have all these boundaries, so then only things that resonate with who you are and what you're trying to do comes through. Quality over quantity. The better, not the more, the better. This is where she wants you to understand that you are enough. You are enough. You are worthy of expressing yourself. You are worthy of receiving the recognition and all the different things that come with you just being you and putting yourself out there. You're worthy of that. You are enough. You have just enough of what you need to get you started, to get everything moving. That's it. That's all you got. That's all you have to understand. You have everything you need within you. You have everything you need around you just to start. Just start. You are worthy of everything that you're trying to create, everything that you're trying to attract to yourself. Understand this. And the more that you believe that, the faster it comes to you. The faster you can synchronize yourself with that to show the alignment of which you're trying to get to. This is where she wants you to start questioning yourself and really understand what it is that you believe in. What do you believe in? Whatever God is to you, tap into that. Understand what energy aligns with that and tap into that God energy that resonates with you and follow that process and follow those beliefs and those principles that best resonate with who you are. One thing that she talks about in here is that a lot of us see creativity in a logic sense. It's all imagination and creation and destruction sometimes and just rebuilding and really tapping into the emotions and things like that, because you break the barriers of reality within your creativity. And it allows imagination to flow exactly as it's supposed to if we eliminate the judgment that we're placing on the thoughts and the certain type of structures that we're trying to express through our work and the things that we create. But we're too worried about how it will be perceived. But if you put it out there exactly as it's supposed to be in its rawest form, then the right things and people and situations will be attracted to that version of that energy, because that is what aligns with that. So it's all about getting in alignment with your beliefs, with what it is that you want to do for yourself. Once you put those boundaries and those certain things up, you concentrate the energy that's around you. You mind your energy, okay? You understand that you have an energy budget, and when you put yourself in a situation to energetically budget yourself, you become more abundant because now you're more structured to receive more. You can't receive more if you're not ready to handle it. But at the same time, it's already there. But if you're not ready to handle it, you're not going to see it. You're going to see it as something else. This is where the law of attraction really comes into play. Like attracts like. You attract everything that you are into your life. So that's why it's very important to pay attention to the things that you let into your space, the things that you let into your energy, because you're attracting whatever that energy resonates with. When we put more focus into what it is that we're trying to do and our focus and keeping it positive, we attract more of those things. What we really want to do is what we are really meant to do. When we do what we are meant to do, money comes to us. Doors open for us. We feel useful. and the work we do feels like play to us. What we don't realize is when we really feel passionate about certain things, we get into the vibration and the frequency of those ideas and those things that match that frequency of which we're feeling, or those emotions that are tied to that. Once you feel worthy of the luxury that is aligned with what gives you joy, that's where your life starts to change. That's where you start to really understand that it's all about how you feel about yourself and what you're feeling that attracts everything that you desire. Because you're already in the vibration that you need to be able to focus, to be able to do what it is that you're trying to do. That is what luxury is. Luxury is giving you the opportunity to focus on your goals, focus on what it is that you're trying to do, focus on who you're trying to be. That is what real luxury is. Now for the check-in. I did 7 out of 7 this week. Most of my morning pages were about readjusting. But then once I figured out how I wanted my schedule to go, once I understand it was a bunch of trial and error. And so once I found one that I feel like resonates best with what I'm trying to do, I've been pushing myself to stay consistent with that schedule that I created. I at least do my reset before I do anything throughout the day. And so with that, it was me understanding that I needed to start completing tasks in order for them to start flowing, and for me to stop having so many floating projects around. This is where I started to realize that I need to start finishing my projects before I start adding any more on there. I made a list of all my current projects that I'm working on, ones that are like my main focus, and then I made a list of all the things that are just floating around, all the ideas that I started but didn't finish. And so I put that up on my wall so that I can always see it, I can always remember it, so that when I finish something, when I can actually complete something, I can check it off the list and get that out of my space. We want to start completing things, and we want to start actually completing the promises that we've made to ourselves, so that we can start building our confidence and building how we can trust ourselves and trust our intuition and trust the process of everything that we're going through. Because once we do things to completion, we see the full potential of something. And then that's where the ideas of how to improve and how to, make things better comes into play, because you can't see what you can't see. You can't change what you can't see. I can't say that enough. So you have to do things to see what needs to improve and what needs to change and what needs to do this and that and that and then that and this and that and that and this and that and that. Blow the bubble. But don't put too much energy in things that don't resonate with what you're trying to do or how you're trying to do things. A lot of us find the first thing, do it, and then it didn't work. Well, it just didn't work for you. Find what works for you. Do what works for you. There are a lot of people, getting advice and things from people that are not doing the same things you're doing, or at least on the same frequency or the same mindset of what you're trying to do. Doing what works for you is what keeps all the clutter out. That's what keeps all the things that are unnecessary away from you. Because if it doesn't resonate with you, it doesn't need to be there. If it doesn't resonate with you, you don't need to take that advice. If it doesn't match your circumstances or what you're trying to get to, there's no reason for it to be there. So it's really important for us to really understand what works for us and do what works for us and improve in the ways that work for us. Find the flow of your life. Because then when you align yourself with things that you have discovered about yourself that are your beliefs and that are your values and all the things that you want around you in the life that you want, then your purpose becomes clear. Because now you feel the drive of things that you want to do, and then you see why you want to do them, and you see how they can help. You see them as solutions. That's your purpose, because you see it in a way that this other person couldn't see it. Everybody has a unique perception. Everybody has a unique purpose. And we kind of get tangled up in other people's stuff, and we forget that their purpose may not be my purpose, and that's okay. Intention is everything. Attention allows you to be in the flow of the things that align with those intentions, and those intentions that align with your purpose. And so just following the flow of life is like following your purpose. My artist date for this week was a paint day. I went and got a bunch of canvases and a bunch of paint, and we just sat and paint all day, as long as we needed to complete whatever it is that we were painting. So when we have paint days, we just play some music and we all just paint whatever we want to paint, whatever comes out. It's like freestyle painting. That was really fun. I'll show you what that looks like. I surprise myself every time I do that, because I don't know how to do some things, but I just allow myself to be as creative as I can, and I just follow my intuition when I draw things, and whatever comes out is whatever comes out. Every time we have a paint day, it starts one way, and then I end up blacking it out and doing something else, completely and totally left field. It's always a surprise when you just allow yourself to just be creative and not question or put judgments on the things that you're creating, because things change, and that's okay. A lot of the issues and challenges that I had this week, I didn't really have too many. A lot of what I was experiencing this week was adapting to my situation and understanding the best way to do things and how to properly put myself in position to complete tasks and do everything that I'm trying to do. A lot of what this taught me is that as long as you stay consistent, it's okay when life starts to life. It's okay. You just have to be able to put yourself in a space where you're able to keep going and adjusting in ways that best fit your situation. The goal is just to be consistent. Life is gonna be life and things are gonna happen. But what are you gonna do to keep going? What are you gonna do to help you become better? What are you gonna do to help you in this situation? How can you best assess the situation? How can you best do or handle whatever it is that you gotta do to make sure that you can still do what you need to do? It was a lot of, all work, no play. I wasn't really too creative. We did paint day on the last day, which saved me. A lot of it was more trial and error and adjusting. In conclusion, I enjoyed this week. I learned a lot about myself. I realized that through this process, I developed a certain level of patience. My energy is a lot calmer and I don't get as anxious, and I have more of a clear-headed and focus on whatever it is that's happening for me to be able to easily handle whatever comes my way. And this week, we talked about recovering a sense of abundance. Next week, in week 7, we're talking about recovering a sense of connection. How can we connect to this abundance? Let's find out. Life can be life, but keep the promises you make to yourself, okay? Every step you take is a masterpiece in the making. What does creative abundance look like for you? Let me know down in the comments. And we out!